The Invisible Man. Yes, we are going to be watching The Invisible Man, guys. You know how this works. Welcome to Mirror Domains, and we're going to be doing a full live movie watch-along for The Invisible Man. Now, as you know, I can't show you the entire image here, but I will use my little tips and tricks that I know to let you know where I'm at in the movie, and I'll let you know by timestamps and such like that. And as we go through it, I'll show you some images. I'll let you hear some of the sounds so you'll be able to pick up some of the key scenes. Now, just a little bit of a background on this. This is not a first time watching for me. I've seen this in the theater, and I did really enjoy it, and I haven't revisited it. But it's out on Netflix, so I implore you to get your copy, line it up with mine, and that's how this works here. And don't worry, I'm just going to hit the play button, and we'll get underway for The Invisible Man 2020, directed by Leigh Whannell, starring Elizabeth Moss. And it's just going through the opening crawl now, guys. So, if you are joining us in the live chat, don't worry. I will talk with you if you're there. And if you're watching us afterwards, I'll put some time codes for you guys for like the key scenes. And yeah, my initial impression of this movie the first time I saw it was pretty cool, man. I dug what I was seeing. So we're just going through the opening credits here, guys. Whoops. So, we open. It's a dark and stormy night. That's just ocean sounds. So, no score yet. They're just going through the opening credits. We're hearing the waves hit the beach, and it just says The Invisible Man as the water splashed up. And we scroll up to the house. And it's just her sleeping in bed. Okay, I don't need to... 341. Oh, right, that's right. It opens up with her leaving the premises. Okay, I gotta check out something. Why is it doing that to me? It's just showing her slowly climb out of bed. And this is from Blumhouse, as we saw in the credits. Jason Blum is notoriously known for making these smaller budget movies, which this one was only $7 million and grossed quite a bit. So, and this came after the so-called Dark Universe reimagining. Remember when Johnny Depp was going to be the Invisible Man in that Dark Universe? And then comes along Jason Blum, makes a small little horror movie, Invisible Man. Okay, so she just said his name, asking if she was awake. We're getting a look at a glass there. It looks like she had drugged him to make him fall asleep. So we know that something is awry in this relationship. Your first thoughts are that she's in an abusive relationship. And I think that angle, that premise to this movie really adds to it. Adrian. And Adrian is played by Oliver Jackson-Cohen, who has worked with Michael Flanagan quite a bit on Haunting of Hill House, Bly Manor. And we'll notice from the beginning here, like the soundtrack, there's like no music being played. This is all quiet. And I think it's very effective for her sneaking out. It helps sell that, if she makes a sound, something bad is going to happen, right? So she just took out a bag. It looks like she had this stuff all prepped. And I have the captions on, so you guys will be able to tell what they're saying and stuff there, because that's white and it'll show through. But cinematography wise, I thought this was breathtakingly done. At night, she's turning the camera so that she can make an escape. And just talking about how movies come together. Establishing scene. This establishes who she is and what her situation is, and it's done very effectively. Oh yeah, okay, so there's our first introduction to the suits. We see that not Herb, but he's a scientist of some kind, working on some type of technology. We don't know, well, we know that it's the invisibility suits, but that's just laying the groundwork for what's to come, right? Okay, so she's just wiping out the camera footage so that she can make her escape. And she looks at something that's like our first look at the invisible suit. It was hanging there in that frame, but because it's invisible, hey guys, we can't see it, right? Again, I could turn on the sound here. You're not going to be able to hear anything, except the odd crashing of like a dog's food bowl. He's an optics engineer, our Glass Viking says. So, I gotta tell you, very effective as an opening scene. Now we finally get some sounds in the soundtrack. You hear that? It's repeating over and over again, so. Dark hallways, ominous noise. And what's good about the director, Leigh Whannell, he's an actor too, so he understands what it's like to be in front of the camera, what's it like to deliver a performance. And she's like that close to getting out, and the dog is there.
Zeus, I'm sorry, I can't take you with me.
Oh, the dog's name is Zeus. So she's saying that the dog is just whining, saying, hey, get me out of here too. Because the dog has a tracker on it. Oh, and they just hit the car alarm. Now that would be enough to probably wake him up, and it does, right? Again, breathtaking. It's really dark here, but in the theater, when I saw this in the theater, it was, well, because you're sitting in a dark room, you can see everything, and then yeah, we just see the light come on in the bedroom. And now we're getting full taste of the score. And it's just her running through the forest now. Okay, so she just said, Emily, where are you? So it sounds like she had this, well, yeah, we saw that it was all set up, and she had this friend that was supposed to come pick her up on the road here. And she's just looking back through the forest. Hey, if your friend's not there, you're going to have to walk out. We hear a car coming. It obviously can't be him because it's from the opposite direction, right? Okay, so it is her friend. She dropped some medication. So, I mean, I hate when the friends are like, hey, what's going on? I'm meeting you out of this place. And all of a sudden your husband comes out of the woods and you're like, hey, what's going on? No. Press the gas, lady. And now her friend realizes that she's getting out of a bad situation. And that's our first good look there at the bad guy played by Oliver. And there's some medication that she left behind. A clue. Oh, I didn't notice that. He had the glove on when he grabbed down that medication. He had the glove on from the suit, which gave him a little bit more strength to punch through the window, right? Okay. So, got a lot of blackness, and that's opening scene. 2 weeks later. That's 10 minutes and 42 minutes in. Opening scene. Let me make sure I got things cropped here properly. Okay, good. So she went to stay with one of her friends.
You been up?
A few hours. Can't sleep.
And that's Aldis Hodge. Okay, so I want to watch this guy a lot in this viewing because this guy is cast as Hawkman in the upcoming Black Adam movie with The Rock. This guy. And I think he's a cop in this movie, I believe, right? Yeah, James, let people hear the sound of a door opening. But, okay, so because our glass there said that he's an optics engineer, she knows the work that he does and what he's trying to accomplish, right? So that's why she's very hesitant about even going outside. What's that fear called? Is that when you're afraid of going outside? Is that... Yeah, when you can't even go out the front door. Is that agoraphobia or something? I'll have to look that up. What's the fear of going outside called?
According to Mayo Clinic, people with agoraphobia.
Agoraphobia, that's what it's called. Yeah, Hawkman. Because he definitely has the build for it. He's got the upper body strength. I got my coffee here, guys. Yeah. So there's a ring at the door. He's going to go check it out to see who it is. It's probably her friend. Yeah, there we go.
I told y'all about running up on me in my house.
Oh, sister. So The sister has come to take a look at her. Oh, so she's come to say that he's dead. Probably fried himself in some kind of experiment, right? Or at least, oh, yeah, okay. Yeah, I remember. I'm remembering this. But interesting. What? Optics groundbreaker dead. Apparent suicide. And that's the real fear, right? Is that you would be in a relationship of this magnitude. Um, and I don't think she believes it, right? What do you think he did to her? Like, that's a fairly awful question to ask. You can use your imagination as to what he did to her. Just know that she's in a bad situation. And the director here is just giving us some time to see her internalize that information and have that little bit of doubt in her mind as to, is it fake? Is it real? Because she knows exactly, look how long that's been lingering, how crazy the guy is. The guy really is. Now, Elizabeth Moss here, she's in Handmaid's Tale, which is a series I haven't watched, but apparently it's filmed just around the corner from where I lived. Adrian must have posted the article as there would literally be nobody. Well, didn't he have like a brother or something? So they're saying, yeah, he did assault her.
But that can only go on for so long.
So she's saying that he wanted to have a kid, and she was taking birth control. So yeah, Arglass Viking says probably a lot of mental abuse than physical, and in most cases, the mental abuse can be, well, not far worse, but like it can be. But if you got both of them going on at the same time, then you just you feel for her. But Elizabeth Moss, she does a great job in this. You believe that there's that doubt.
Man, explore more than one option, okay? Don't limit your choices to just one school in the whole country.
Okay, so that's the daughter, his daughter, played by Storm Reid, who was in that terrible movie with Oprah. What was that called? Wrinkle in Time. Oh, that was terrible. Tough watch.
Some came for you.
So the brother. Ooh, Golden Gate Bridge. I've had the pleasure of crossing that bridge a couple of times and seeing it. At least I think that was a Golden Gate Bridge, right?
My late brother's discretionary trust, I'm required to enact his final wishes.
So he's got to read a statement from his dead brother.
Cecilia, although our relationship was far from perfect,
All in favor of skipping the note?
That is why we're sitting here.
yes, for the same reason so many women in Adrian's life got close to him.
For some reason, my coffee tastes like chapstick. Ew. I don't think I'll be able to finish that. All right, so they're just saying
And your
that
banking information, I can start releasing the fund.
that there was some money left behind to her, and she's got to release some information about herself, banking information, which will be clues as to where she is and what she's doing with her life. So here's what I would do. I would just take the money, put it in another bank that I would set up afterwards, right? And then just transfer it like that and say that you can't follow him. Like I would do stuff.
Excuse you? I know I didn't hear you just say that.
I meant to say
Oh yeah, because he was painting before and he was just standing on buckets or something, right?
See, but this is for a lot of things. And you climb them to get things.
You've had your coffee spiked by Cecilia. No, what it was, I think I put some on this morning on my lips because it was dry, and for somehow it transferred onto my glass. But every swig I've been taking of the coffee, it tastes like it, and it's kind of like ugh.
Gear. I called the account Parsons.
Okay, so she's giving her some of the money that she got from the trust to help her go to school, and that's cool.
Going to prom.
Going to party.
You're going to prom.
Okay, so that's 22 minutes, 30 seconds in. So what I like about this is that we're seeing like wide shots here. And it's kind of like leading your imagination as to, is there somebody standing in the corner or isn't there? We see like from this angle, it looks like somebody's in another room looking at them from in the living room, right? So the director, I see what you're doing there. Okay, so now she's in her bedroom. And I think this is our first reveal that something's not right. And we're sitting at 24 minutes right now. Yeah, and we just pan over and I think something falls. I'll leave it on the big shot in case something does happen. But she's just putting her clothes up on a hanger. Doesn't she stumble over something? Just a lot of these static shots. And then she feels something. Now, I don't know if she heard something, but she's looking around. she's concerned. But it's one of those situations where you just kind of, ooh, bacon and eggs. There's Aldis Hodge. Okay, so yeah, he was a cop. And those pants just look a bit too tight.
I'll be back around 7.
Okay.
All right.
So he's going off to work. But as an audience, we're sitting around here waiting because she saw something weird and she felt something weird in her room. And I think this is our first evidence, right? Pan sizzling. I think we saw, oh yeah, the stovetop burner turned up. You guys can't quite see that. It's kind of cropped out. But you see there, he turned up the heat on the bacon, which is now starting to. Yeah. Never use water. Use salt or use. Oh yeah, I guess you can use use that. You use salt or you use like a if you got a rag, put a rag over top of it, smother it. You just don't pour water on a grease fire. Okay, so that was our first evidence, right? Of something that he's there already. And that's about 27 minutes in. We're at night now in the house. I guess that would be Act 1, maybe. That would be the end of Act 1. We've learned who she is. We've learned what the problem is. She was in an abusive relationship. We know that the husband committed suicide and he was working on some controversial technologies. And now she's worried that the problem is that she might be being stalked. Again, with darkly lit hallways, lurking around at night. Sorry, guys. There's not much to say here. She's just walking around through the house, and it's very dark. I'm guessing you can't even see that on your screens. There's no sound. Turn on the sound here. So how would you face off against the Invisible Man? What would you do to make sure that he's not around? Could you maybe carry around like a spray bottle of some kind? You just walk around with this is just water and a little bit of vinegar. I keep this near my desk because I sit by a window, and every now and then if a moth or like a fly comes into the room, then I can spray the moth or the fly, and it gets on their wings and it falls down, right? And then I can dispatch it. Would you do something like that? You could spray and it would stick on him, and you would be able to tell where he is. Okay, so we can see that the door is open in the background. That's creepy. Again, very little sound mix here, guys. Our Glass Viking says, I'd be full on base bat mode. Yeah, well, yeah, that too. I would have some kind of a weapon besides my fists. I don't have a bat, but I have a pool cue, and those are pretty hard. I have got a 3-piece pool cue that I can, like the butt end of it is club somebody over the back of the head. Okay, I think this is our first reveal. I'm going to turn on the sound. Maybe we can get a jump scare. So she's just standing in the doorway. No sound. And she went to bed. She's sleeping in the same bed as the daughter there. For safety reasons, I guess. Or maybe they're just sharing the bed. Sorry, I'm just looking around the room when I was talking about bugs there to do an inspection. So the blanket was pulled off of them. So he's standing there in the room. You know how much discipline that would have to be, though, for you? Even if you had the suit on, you're standing there for hours waiting for them to go to sleep, and you're just... I wouldn't do it. I couldn't do it. Again, no soundtrack, just quiet, her breathing, darkness. And they're just showing that the blanket is down on the side. Like, I left the sound on here, guys. Okay, I could just barely hear that. You saw there it said squeaking. I could just barely hear that. And I got my headphones pretty loud. So she's just walking up on a chair. Okay, so maybe he's sitting in the chair, but still you got to sit there for... Hey, I find it hard sitting in my chair for 3 hours sometimes to record shows. Okay, now she's pulling on it on the ground, and something is stopping it. He's standing on top of it. So this is where he's revealing to her that he's there. Oh, that's creepy. Yeah, that's creepy. She could see the footprints.
I saw them.
She's got a can of mace, so he's not believing it. Arglass Vikings and live chat says, waste of a good suit. I'd be sneaking into theaters. Well, yeah, you could do that too. You can go into... Look at those pipes.
Okay.
So he just said that she's got a job interview tomorrow. And calm down. There's nothing to be... Well, that's the signature trope, right? Hey, something happened to you, but maybe not. So that begs a good question. Would you be corrupt if you had the ability to, if you had an invisible suit yourself, would you be corrupt? I would be, but I wouldn't be gross. I wouldn't be like sneaking into girls' washrooms or anything like that. I mean, think about it. Hey, they're in there doing their business. Do you? No. I would be corrupt in the way that I would... Hey, you need $1,000? I can go out and just get that for you like that. Maybe that's what I would be. Okay, so she opened up her portfolio, and there's nothing in there.
I know I put them in here, so I apologize. I don't know what happened.
Oh yeah, she was an architect, so she wanted to bring samples of her works. No, she's got PTSD, right? She's got some... Ooh, or no, she's drugged. He drugged her. Wow. And that shot of her falling down, that tracked with her, well done. Let's get some ominous helicopter shots. "38 minutes in, guys. 38 minutes in." Thing is that, man, you have the ability to be invisible, and you want to spend your time trying to get back at your... Like, I understand that you're obsessed about things and you want to get back at your wife. Why would you even bother? Just go on and do other things. That's what I would be doing. But then, of course, we wouldn't have a movie, would we?
Hi, this is Dr. Leigh at St. Vincent's. So, we got the results of...
So she is learning now that she was drugged with something that she had left behind on the road when she made her escape at the beginning of the film. That Well, that's your evidence that, hey, oi, you got something seriously wrong. So that technically also could be the end of Act 1, because that's their definitive proof, right? But no, I think this is part of Act 2.
I know it's a good reason, so I'm gonna need you to sit up and listen. Show a little respect.
So they're at the brother's place. $5 million is a lot of bread. Yeah, but he had even more than that, didn't he? So now his friend her cop friend is seeing that.
And somehow, it found its way back to me. He's done it. He's figured it out, though.
This is what's good about Elizabeth Moss and her performance. She's accusing him of still being alive, which sounds reasonable to us, but to them it sounds crazy, and it's selling in both ways, the way her performance is. And I think the brother is in on it, right? There was going to be something in the back end for the brother.
No, I agree with you. I was relieved when I heard that he was dead.
So the brother is saying that he didn't like him either, because he was so he just pulled out pictures of him lying. I guess it looked like he had shot himself or something. They never did say exactly how he did it, right? So, and that's why I was thinking that the brother is in on it somehow. So she's going to see her sister, who's probably not going to be too happy. Our Glass Viking says, it's ambiguous, but I think the brother may have been set up to take the fall.
That money.
Oh.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Okay, so now we're learning that the husband sent her an email.
Fucking email. I didn't. Someone is doing this to me.
Adrian?
Hey, you know what? If we're blood, and I don't care if you sent me a grotesque email. If you said something crazy like that to me, just out of my mere curiosity, and because you're blood, I'd still listen to you, even though you said something very hurtful to me. I'd still go to bat for you. And then we would deal with that stuff later. But that's just me. Maybe, well, actually, I'm probably around the same age as these females. But you know, all of our lives' paths take different roads, and we learn lessons at different rates. So now she's in a fetal position on the floor, dealing with the situation that she's in. And that's 46 minutes and 30 seconds in, guys. So we're just about halfway through this film. Ooh, she fell asleep on the floor. Cake. She says, let's solve our problems by having some cake.
Yeah. Here, I swear to you.
Enough!
Come on, brother. It's okay.
No.
So he hit her.
Me and he tries to get me alone.
Hey!
So yeah, now she knows she's deep in it. Yeah, Cecilia and Emily must have had a strained relationship.
Come on. Where are you?
Now that's an interesting shot. Now she's spreading coffee. I think it's coffee, and I hope it tastes better than mine. I think I must have gotten some residue on the rim of my glass. I don't even like to use chapstick, but every now and then yeah, whatever. Okay, so she spread it all over the place, hoping to trap him, or at least as a warning sign. She's talking to him.
You could have any woman you wanted. That reality, right?
She's talking to nobody there. Well, she's thinking that he's standing there. She's a smart cookie. She poured a cup of James coffee on the floor. LOL. Yeah. Good acting there. I think he answers her, right? Okay, I was hoping that he would answer her. I think he does. Or is she guessing that he's stuck in one corner of the room? She's on the phone. Did she dial her phone or his phone? And she's looking up and she can hear that it's coming from the rafters up there. So that's... He's been in the attic. Now, we know as an audience that he's been there all along, but I think this is our first visual evidence that he's there, right? Like, aside from like the invisible stuff happening, this is our first look at him, I believe. So she's going up into the attic. Darkly lit scene. Again, very little sound. So the director is using sound to his benefit. He's using cinematography. So I would say the directing has been pretty top notch as far as the story pacing. It's been pretty tight. So she's calling the phone again. That's an interesting shot. With the phone right in the foreground there. Cool, man. Cool. So she's going over to the phone and there's some keys there. And she's looking at pictures on the phone, so he's been taking pictures of them sleeping. Creeper. He's a creeper. And there's a knife. There's a knife there on some in a Ziploc bag. TMTJ Gaming says, "Hi, sir. Hi, man. How's it going? I'm doing pretty good, except a little bummed out that my coffee is not tasting the best." Okay. Oh, and there's her portfolio. So this is proving to us that he is there for sure, taking all of these things, ruining her life. And we haven't figured out why he's not talking to her yet. Mostly because I'm guessing that he's getting some kind of sick enjoyment out of torturing her. And the number just said surprise. So she's just up in the attic, looking around with that knife. What was the significance of that knife? Was that the knife that she took out earlier? And this is our first reveal, right? This is our first reveal. This shot here, it got people in my theater. People made some noises. Not quite screams, but gasps. Yeah. So he was standing there. Cool. And now he's got paint on, so come on. You know where he is. Go get him. That's what I would be. Except the ladder fell over, so you're not to hang down. Still a big drop. You can inch your way down there. That's only a couple feet, I suppose. But yeah, and when I was seeing that in the theater, people were like that, and you could hear it collectively. I love that about the theater experience when you get things like that happening. So now the paint is dried up. Again, next to no soundtrack score here. He's using silence to ramp up that feeling of dread. Now, I think they do get into it here, don't they? So he's turned on the water to presumably wash the paint off, but depending on what type of paint, the water isn't going to wash it off that quickly. Well, we see that yeah, but it's still going to have some lingering substance on there. And if it was, well, it wouldn't be that heavy oil. Most things are latex now, right? Yeah. Oh, yeah. So he's there. He's grabbed her. And that's so creepy, man. Like, the visual effects for this. So she hit him with a pan. And I think, like, this is all fantastically done. Like, visual effects wise. because it's so smooth. Okay, so she's gotten by the hair again. And I don't know how they did that. They must have had a guy like in a green suit or something. But come on. How much abuse can this guy take? I know the suit does give him like a little bit of protection, right? Okay, so she's out of the house. She's running down the street. We saw footage from camera there. Hourglass Vikings and Latch says, I hate it when people grab you during a jump scare. If you were okay before, you end up jumping with them. Yeah, like if somebody's next to you and they paw you, you're like, oh. Well, that's because it startles you, right? So they know who that person is. Must be a few ropes used in the fight scene. Oh, yeah, because they're being pulled around. She was thrown across the table. Is this an Uber? That was a fast Uber. But if he found her once, he'll find her again. And it's interesting. They're using this soundtrack. You can hear it there in transitions. And they're going up the coastline there. Yeah, that fight scene was really impressive to see how that's done. I'm gonna have to see if there's like a behind the scenes of that. So she's gone back to the house, which you would think she would have full access to because they were married. Unless it was written that that's kind of creepy to have a statue covered like that. It was written in his will that she wouldn't be left the house. Nice shot. Zeus is still there. Oh, nice doggy. Take the dog with you for sure now. Now you would. Dog will keep you safe. You'll know if he's around or not. That's what you would need to have around. Some kind of animal. How many films have used the coastline and Golden Gate Bridge as a transition piece? Too many to count. Thousands. From movies like The Rock to rom-coms. Lots of rom-coms in San Diego. Like 9 months. Okay, so she's looking for evidence of what he was working on, but I'm sure whatever he was working on would have been taken from the firm, right? That he was working with?
The day we met.
So romantic. So there's that shot again that we saw when she was leaving the first time, where this is where the actual suit is hanging, but we can't see it because it's used a lot of that reflective technology, right, that he was working on. And I like the reveal of this. How it how she kind of figures this out. So she pressed a green button, and now it's slowly coming into picture here. A little Predator technology for you. Again, here's the soundtrack actually coming in when there's no tense reveal or anything. Just the reveal of the suit and all the little cameras that are on there that project the image back. Which wouldn't be enough to work, guys. Uh-oh. Zeus senses something. So did he have... Yeah, he must have had more than one suit then. And I like how... Okay, so the camera is moving through the house here as if it's following someone. Or like somebody should be in the shot here. That's smart. So she's gone to hide in the walk-in. And we saw a little bit of a shadow there. We saw a little bit of the shadow. I think so. That's just saying that he's there. Although, why isn't Zeus saying something? Why isn't the dog barking? Like, I thought she went into the closet to try to find some, like a cache of diamonds or money or something. A hoard. So it's opening up by its own. Hit him. Yeah. So the dog's coming to the rescue. But he's a psychopath, so he doesn't care about animals. He'll hurt an animal. In fact, he probably has hurt lots of animals. How did she get out and not take the dog with her? Come on. All right, where are we at, guys? We are sitting at an hour and 8 minutes. We're sitting at an hour and 8 minutes. She's just escaping. Hourglass says in live chat, the stealth technology is only round the corner. They've used refractive perspex. Yeah, but I don't think it would work the same way that they were saying there with all the little cameras on the suit. Yeah. Okay, so she's got to have a bite. She's gone to meet with the sister.
Hey guys. A little bit differently. It's all family style.
We've been here.
Family style. Tap. Family style food means they get one plate of it out in the middle and you use smaller plates to take off from that and give it to yourself. So they don't plate separate dishes for each order.
Intimidated by you. As you should be. I'd kick his ass. I need you to believe what I'm about to tell you.
So she's going to try to tell him once again that he's alive.
I went to his house today. Somehow, what?
So the knife was hanging there, and why wouldn't you just stand? You would just stand there and say, "Oh, the knife is just hanging in midair," and not say anything. And the knife went back into her hand, except now she's framed for killing her sister. And you hear that ominous music again being played. She's going to drop the knife, and I believe you're going to go to jail now. And we're not hearing her. It's just the music. So we're not hearing the performance of her screaming and yelling, which any normal person would be for sure. Arglass and Laugh Chest says family style, also known as stretch or starve. Okay, so you would think then Adrian would be happy with this. This would be like the culmination of his plans that, okay, she's going to go away now into a mental institution and serve a lot of serious time. Except, do you think anyone else in the restaurant would have seen what really happened? So, as story-wise, they're trying to sell it as she's totally lost it. Acting-wise, Elizabeth Moss is showing her range here, and she's good. She's really good. This has to be one of the best technical kills of all time. Yeah. I forgot that had happened. I know that she ended up in the hospital at one point, but I forgot exactly why, and that's heartbreaking. Okay, so as I was saying, you think Adrian would have been content with this? This was what he was trying to do. Why would he go into there and get stuck in there in the room with her? It's like, now you're stuck too. You're gonna have to wait for them to come and change her bed, or oh, now we hear her. We just heard him say, "Surprise." The shock and pain in her face over her murder was so real. Yeah, and that's just a testament to Elizabeth Moss acting. So they're just questioning her, and at least her friend is there.
I have something.
She is doing so good here. Like, this all sounds so crazy, but he's actually there.
Tell me you know that.
And the camera's panning up and focusing in on the background, assuming that he's there. Aldis Hodge. He's good too. So I'm really looking forward to seeing him as Hawkman and him face off against the Rock. That's going to be cool to see. So it looks like she's in some kind of a therapy session. So they're talking about blood tests. She's pregnant. Ah, that's gross. So she told that earlier too, that she knew that he wanted to get her pregnant. But she doesn't look upset by it. Like, maybe she's under some medication. So he injected her sort of like don't breathe style with a plunger. Ugh. Oh, that's disturbing. Again, here comes soundtrack for the use of just realization of what's happening. I like that. But she uses this against him in some way, I believe. Oh, is she that short? It's either that or that guy was really tall.
Even though things ended badly for you and Adrian.
So the brother has come to see her in the hospital.
I'm the lawyer for your source of income.
So because she's now charged with a crime and is now mentally incompetent, she doesn't get the trust money anymore.
But now, I can see you for what you really are.
Jellyfish version.
Everything but the spine.
Ooh, he don't like that. Of course, he's got papers for her to sign, right? Yeah, don't sign nothing.
Where this all goes away. Go back to her.
So the brother just admitted there that he knows that the brother's revealing that he knows that he's still alive. So the brother is dirty, is just, he's a bad man. May his seed be wiped off the face of the earth. So that's pretty grotesque. Yeah, that's gross. Where are we at here? An hour and 22 minutes in. We just got about half an hour left, guys. So this is the final big problem before the beginning of the third act. We're coming to the end of the second act, where a serious decision needs to be made. Because usually there's two problems that come up in the second act, and this is the second biggest problem. Brother's in on it. Brother wants to help the brother still for some reason. No. Yeah. Oh, she took a pen. I have to look up who plays the brother, because he's doing a pretty good job too of selling that smug kind of weaselness, right? He's got that smug. Maybe it's the suit that helps sell it. But so far, guys, if this is your first time watching it, you got to admit it's a good movie. And the budget was only $7 million, so oof. So the TV is just saying that there's going to be some heavy rain conditions. 124. Oh, I guess they have to check to see if they're hiding anything, right? Like, man, I could never imagine myself getting that far gone where I would be having to be subjected to that kind of a treatment. Michael Dorman plays the brother, New Zealand actor. Okay, thanks, Arglass. Yeah, I like his performance too. Now she's getting up to go to the shower because she knows that there's no camera in there, right? I think. No, there's a camera in there. No, she's grabbing the pen. Oh, okay. I know what she's. Yeah, she's gonna auto abort, or not? Yeah, she's gonna abort, self abort, and that's see, all these laws in the states that people try to stop from happening. Women will do it anyway. They'll do it anyway. So it's always easier to just yeah, that's cool. Yeah, now he can see it. Yeah, that would freak you out, huh? Come on, do something. You're a big guy. It took you that long to draw? And he's just tasing himself. But come on, there has to be cameras once you go into the hallway. Come on, once the other security guard comes to, though, he's going to be saying that. Ooh. Now, did he just hit him, or? Like, it's beautiful effects. Ooh. Like, all of this stuff is beautifully photographed. Ow. He didn't kill him, though. Come on. There has to be some kind of cameras in the hallway there. Look in the back there. Okay? So he's going to be on camera no matter what now. Oh. So the gun's just floating, and that's definitive proof. Hey, it sucks. Your life is about to end. Oh, that sound mix was interesting. It actually sounded like it was coming from behind me. Oh, and he shot him anyway. And that would be the end of Act 2. We go in now to third act. kind of electronic style music. So they're using different varieties of soundtrack and score. You think they would be on the phone with the police by now, right? There, this is a rain sequence. I hear shooting in the rain sucks. Because of most of the times it's not real rain. It's rain that they pipe in from big squirters above them. And it's usually cold, really cold water. Because think about it. If you try to shoot in the real rain, it's not consistent at all. So if you retake something, the rain won't be all that consistent. So in shots like this, usually the actress has kind of a wetsuit on underneath of her costume. Not that people watching it for the first time would be thinking about stuff like that, but people like me think about stuff like that because I love movies and I love to think about how they're made as I'm watching them. Okay, so she's looking for him. Arglass Viking says, I love how putting the suit on makes you a strong butt-kicking SOB, like a wimp suddenly has hand-to-hand and special arm skills. Yeah, and I think that's why they showed that in the beginning, when she was getting away in the beginning, that he had the glove on so that he would be able to punch through the glass as easily as he did. It's not quite like Iron Man strength, but it does give him a little bit more oomph. Where are the cops? Okay, so there he is.
You're learning how to beat me, so I'm going to truly teach you something.
Ooh, so he's fully killing people now. Arglass Viking says in the live chat, yeah, they used blue-colored rain in the Viking series so it would show up on screen, bloody cold take after take. Yeah. So that's an hour and 33 minutes in. So he's almost leading her. He's leaving the compound here, but he's like opening the doors for her. Because he knows that she'll just get rid of the baby that now he cares about. He's not going to kill her. Why were they suggesting that he wouldn't kill her? He wants the kid. That's all he cares about, right? Some guy, the guy that got hit by the other vehicle, he's like, what the? I like that. So he was on the phone with his wife or something and saying, Harry, are you okay? He's wet. That's what he is. Okay.
See? What? How are you calling?
Oh, yeah. So he threatened to kill that kid. So now we're going back to the house. I guess Adrian wants to hurt the kid for leverage to make her for sure have the kid. Is that what he wants to do? So just entering the house here. Once again, dark hallway. I could probably show this entirely to you guys because the YouTube algorithm won't pick that up. No sound either. I could show you both and you guys would maybe get away without getting a claim or a strike. He's going after James and Sydney. So she sprayed her mace and actually got him, although he's wearing the suit, so it wouldn't hurt her or hurt him, right? Okay, so he's back at the house. At least he believed her when she called him, right? Well, I mean, it's his daughter, so.
Sydney.
So he's going to be taking a beating here. Do you guys think that maybe they pulled back with a little bit of the gruesomeness? Like if they held their punches a little bit? I mean, look at him. He's pretty brutalized. But if they took it up to that maybe another notch. Ooh. Yeah, would leave a residue on him. Good, yeah. Load him up. Empty it. He just took 4, right? He took 4 in the chest. How do you survive that? You don't. Yeah, you took 4 right here. That's hitting arteries or veins going straight to the heart. You're not getting up from that one. It's a brother. That's right. That's right. Okay. That's a twist. Well, you knew that they were working together. So, showing... And you know that he had more than one suit. So she's just internalizing it now. And going back to the house. That's how that ended. Yeah, I thought we went back to the house. But yeah, you go in the full brigade here. You don't pull any punches with this. And that's cool to see. I don't know, Our Glass Viking says. The brutality is fairly realistic with the situation. Okay, yeah. He did get his ass handed to him. okay, so Adrian is there and he's kind of locked himself in a room. And they tried to pin it on the brother. That's not true though. She's not buying it. She's not buying that.
Did this to me.
Yeah. Well, that's true. She just said if you fake your own death, you can fake your own kidnapping. Yeah, so he's saying that there were a bunch of people there at the hospital. Plus, there's got to be footage from the hallway cameras that we saw.
I know Tom's body is in your living room.
And Aldis Hodge here too. This is what I wanted to see when I said I wanted to see him. Like if he's got that weight, if he's got that ability to act. Yes, this is giving me exactly what I wanted to see from him.
And let me do my job. Okay? Just let me help you.
And when he had that tussle in the hallway, we know that he can handle some action. So seeing him face off against the Rock, can't wait for it. Is Hawkman in Black Adam. At least I think that he's going to be facing off. I don't know. Maybe they team up. So now I think maybe if someone said that that was the end of the second act, I wouldn't buy it. No, this is the third act. So she's calling him. And yeah, we're going back to the house. Now, Oliver Jackson-Cohen, I think he does an American accent because I don't think he's, we've seen him talk in like Bly Manor where he does have an accent of some kind. I can't remember what it is exactly. And I think that's his natural accent. Like, I'll have to look up as to where he comes from.
You always look amazing.
I don't feel amazing.
So she's going to try to play him here, right? She's going to play into his need for dominating every situation. She's going to be submitting to him in a little bit of a way to lure him into a trap of some kind.
I wanted to get us some simple takeout, but of course I started obsessing over what
Oliver is English. Yeah, but what accent? Do you know, Artglass? Yeah, because I know that there's like tons of different accents depending on what part of the country you're from, right?
my handshake.
But like, when you think about it, this is like the only really big scene that we get to see him play the creeper husband. Other than that, he's always been in that suit, and we just hear his voice, or we just saw him in the beginning just run at the car. And if this is like the only one scene where we actually get to see him play that kind of evil person, he does a good job at selling it. He went to a French language school in London. Okay.
It has to start with honesty. Everything that you did.
So she's trying to get him to admit to everything, which means that she... hey, I might have a wire on me, so admit to everything. Yeah, he's not that dumb.
We can't start this with a lie.
But I'm not starting with a lie.
Yeah.
I need you to do this for me.
Yeah, of course. There's James listening on the phone, right? Or on the wire. He's not going to admit to it. Like, if there isn't anything more clear as it is a setup. Well, that's right. He doesn't like to see her cry, right? But he attacks her or something. Ooh.
Because I know you better than anyone else in the world.
Okay, so they're just smiling at each other here.
Of course.
So she didn't get what she wanted by him, by some kind of confession. And he's thinking, that was dumb. That's what he's thinking. I'm not that dumb, girl. So try another one. Where's Zeus in all this? That's what I want to know. Where's the puppy? Oh, she put on the suit. That's it? And got his throat cut. Wow. So she knew where the other suit was. He said surprise as in the text from the phone. So he got his comeuppance, guys. Now, was that a little lackluster? Okay, so she is saying no, no, no.
Please, please, you have to help me, please. I'm with somebody and I think he's trying
to kill himself.
And yeah, James doesn't like that. He's getting out of the car.
Three, Celestial Drive.
And she's walking out of the view of the camera frame because she knows where all the cameras are in the house. And the crying stops. Surprise. And he fades away. Where's James? He has to be busting through the door here. Of course, we're seeing the shot from the camera there. Oh, there's Zeus. There's the nice puppy.
Hey, you okay? You okay?
I'm okay. I'm okay. He cut his own throat.
Oh, and she said that there's security camera video of it. She used the suit. He can sort of see the suit. But he's a good friend, right? He'll know.
Did want to get him admitting anything on tape, did you?
He feels a little bit used, but he knows how. He's got to play ball with this, right? Because she didn't tell him exactly what the full plan is, so he feels a little bit betrayed there, and he conveyed that very well.
Sounded a lot like he killed himself.
Yeah. Great job. Is that it? Is that the end of the movie? We get a little bit more of a denouement. At least Zeus is okay. That's all I care about. No, I mean, I care about her too. But the look on her face coming out here. And the music. Just rising and rising and rising. And I like that final shot. That's it, right? Leigh Whannell. Let me see if I can go back to that final shot. I missed it. I want to give it to you guys. She's just kind of like looking up, and then she smiles. See if I can get it. Yeah. And she closes her eyes, and then we go fade to black. Okay. Yeah. That's it. Like the relief that it's over. Cool, man. Oh, Arglass Vikings gives in a badge of 15 pounds. Thank you very much, man. You didn't have to do that. I'll put that in towards good use. I just want to stay on the credits here. Yeah, that was a good movie. That was definitely a good interpretation. And Jason Blum, who directed this, guys, we're going to take a look at the IMDb here in a moment as things wrap up. Very effective pacing. Maybe there towards the end we could have wrapped things up a little quicker, but no, I like the pacing overall. Yeah, that was just a really good movie. The Invisible Man. If that was your first time watching it, thank you for watching it along with me. Let's go online now and take a look at just some facts about the movie that I want to take a look at. Okay, let's see if I can pull up the IMDb here. and just take a look at the rating is 7.1 on IMDb. No, I'd probably give this an 8.5 maybe. Our Glass Viking says, thanks for the commentary, James. Well, thank you, man, for joining, and thank you for the super chat. Thank you very much. Put that to good use. Elizabeth Moss, Cecilia, Oliver Jackson-Cohen, okay, yeah, Aldis Hodge. Harriet Dyer was the sister, and Michael Dorman was the brother. So I just wanted to take a look at what else he was in. See if there's any other credits that I recognize from his resume. He's got 47 credits, so he's in a lot of TV series. Joe Pickett, The Secrets She Keeps, For All Mankind, lots of TV stuff. Hard Luck Song, The Invisible Man. So not really a lot of movies. Hard Luck Song was his, he was a voice in a video game. But that's something too that Blumhouse is good. He's good at finding these. I wouldn't say small, because look at the guy's resume. He definitely has been doing it for a long time, since 2001, Spud Monkey. And he's got some soundtrack credits too. Interesting. Okay, he's good at finding like these actors and actresses that can fill out the bill. Because, well, Elizabeth Moss had to carry this on her shoulders, and she did a fantastic job. The supporting cast around her, with Oliver Jackson-Cohen there, putting in the performance at the end as the menacing, like throughout. They established at the start that he was weird and off, that controlling husband, and then Aldis Hodge as the friend there, James, and his daughter Sydney, Storm Reid. She did a good job in that too. Great movie, guys. What did you guys think about that movie? Let me know in the comments below, and we're going to do a lot more of these, because this was a lot of fun, and I enjoy watching the feedback and talking with you guys in the live chat. If you want to leave a comment, by all means, I do my best to try to get back to you guys in the comment section, and pay attention to the channel, because we'll be doing lots more of these. We do movie news, movie reviews, trailer reactions, little shorts about getting to know me, like what was my favorite Star Wars movie, or who's my favorite singer out there, female singer, all of these things on the channel, Mirror Domains. You're going to find something that you like here, and they're all nicely tied together in playlists for you guys up in the cards above. And I think every Saturday we're going to try to do some kind of horror movie, because Saturday we do Horror Weekly Movie News, where we talk about all the horror movie news that came up during the week. I forgot that we're going to talk about the Black Phone trailer, but there's the reaction for that up on the channel anyway. Anyway, join us next week for another horror movie and watch along, and it was a lot of fun. I'll see you guys there. If you have any recommendations, let me know in the comments below. Hey, if it's on Netflix, Tubi, and if it's on HBO Max in a certain way that I can get it up here in Canada for Crave, then perhaps I can do that as well. I was trying to look for the Nun, but it was off Netflix this week, so I couldn't find that. But The Invisible Man, it was a nice revisit to go back and remember, hey, you know what? Good movie. All right, guys. See you next week. Or tomorrow. Who knows?